up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at one of my favorite filming spot locations because guess what? We have that compact crossover SUV that really comes in many different flavors. It's this vehicle right here. This is a 2025 Lexus NX350h luxury trim with all-wheel drive. But before we get into this Nori Green, one of my favorite Lexus colors, Nori Green NX, let's talk about what's going on here. So when you look at the compact crossover SUV segment, especially luxury spec, there's a lot of choices, right? What's interesting is that with this NX, just like the bigger brother, the RX, Lexus really wants you to have it your way. This, being a standard hybrid, is one of the choices. You could also go plug-in electric hybrid, or you could go regular just ICE setup. Not a lot of the competition does that. They may make vehicles that fall in this compact crossover SUV segment, but you can't get them many different ways like that. One vehicle that's all new for 2025 is the CX-50 hybrid. It's the first time that a hybrid CX-50 is being offered in the United States. Now, I know many people would say, well, Joe, isn't the Lexus a little bit higher luxury-wise? Yes and no. Plus, it's interesting, like size difference and what you actually get for the money. That's the big question. So what I want to find out is, do you go with the tried and true, this NX350h, or do you go with the new Mazda CX-50 hybrid? Well, let's go ahead. Let's dive into ours and find out. Right off the bat, Nori Green, love the color. Like I said at the start of the video, really fits this vehicle. At the front, I love the way they do their headlights. You got that multi-LED, the triple LED beam headlights, LED daytime running lamp, and your turn signal. Working our way down, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. So you have a fake vent in there, which is a zonk, but the good news is it redeems itself with LED fog lamps. I like the dark chrome finish, looking good. It's almost to the point where it's black. The thing that I'm not loving is the flat black. I feel like they should have done something a little bit different with this NX350h luxury, but it's nice to see that this aero is all functional and it is needed to help get the bigger MPG numbers. Now, as we come across that front spindle grille, you'll notice the unique grille design specific to this particular trim. You have your forward-facing camera, and I like the way as you work your way down, then you have these 3 openings on the lower lip area. It definitely is easily identifiable. Let me know in the comment section if you are a fan of the spindle grille design, or do you prefer the more elegant, classy look of the CX-50? Now, as we rise up, very, very short hood length from the A-pillars. You got this plateau that goes all the way towards the A-pillars. Other than that, I don't know if I would call this car sexy by any standard. CX-50 though has a nice flow to the front end. I do prefer the CX-50 hybrid front end over this NX. Now, as we come around the bend, very refreshing to see silver. So we have these hand-polished silver wheels, V-spoke design all the way around. This is a 20-inch wheel. Tires are 235 on the width, 50 series sidewall, and of course, our 350h is all-wheel drive. The big zonk is the flat black. That should be Nori Green right from the get-go. Let me know how you feel about the flat black on this NX. But like I said, I'm digging the wheel style. Let me know if that is up to your standards in the comment section. Now, working our way down, we have Nori Green on the mirror caps. You do have some chrome finish, and this matches the bright, shiny metalwork on the sides. You got your LED turn signals, panoramic size sunroof with your metallic silver very close to the body roof rails. There's that bright, shiny metalwork I was telling you about. Door handles are not the actual pull kind. You just push the button and the door opens. All color matched. And then there's that flat black that it's just not doing it for me. Should be Nori Green. What I do like is the way they work the rear door into the rear quarter glass window. This indentation here, how it tapers into the rear quarter panel and the pillar. And then of course, Real glass, that's not gloss black. I know it'd be common sense that it's always glass, but that's not always the case. You get to the tail of the business, you'll see that redesign that they did back in 2022. That was the last time that the NX was redesigned. Gotta zonk this guy. This needs to go underneath, extend that roof spoiler out, but it is color matched, which is nice. I know Steven isn't a big fan of the lighting that goes all the way across. I'm digging it. They spell the Lexus name out now on the back. You got your NX350h all-wheel drive badging. And then working our way down to ground level, no fake exhaust or anything, just a nice clean appearance from the back. You do have the fake vents on the side, but I guess they go with the fake vents up front. Let me know how you feel about it. But most part for the styling, I'm digging it. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk MPGs of this hybrid. All right, guys, now we got the hood popped. You do have hood struts. No matter if you go CX50 hybrid or the NX hybrid, you're getting naturally aspirated 4 cylinders. This one, obviously an inline 4, actually both of them are inline 4s. But what do we got underneath that tasteful engine cover? It's a 2.5 liter inline 4. You have 3 electric motors. It produces 239 horsepower. You have a direct drive transmission, a lithium ion battery pack, 0 to 60 in an okay 7.5 seconds, top speed 125 miles per hour. It does weigh 4,062 pounds. You can tow up to 2,000 pounds, and MPGs, you're looking at 41 in the city, 37 on the highway. So obviously the Mazda CX50 hybrid has that 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline 4, but it's not paired to 3 electric motors. So that's a big difference between the NX and the CX50 hybrid. The CX50 hybrid has a single motor, but it does have mechanical all-wheel drive. This has an electric motor driving the rear wheels, and then obviously this setup driving the front wheels. But why don't we go ahead, let's turn this thing on and see it roll. All right, guys, we're inside this 2025 Lexus NX350h. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I'm glad you're doing this review because I don't want an electric vehicle. I don't even want a plug-in electric hybrid. I just want regular hybrid. Just set it and forget it, drive it the way I want, and not have to be concerned about plugging anything in. So I'm liking this 350h. I'm also considering, I watched your review of the Mazda CX50 hybrid, so I'm looking at both of them. How much is this one? So starting price for a NX350h, you're looking around $53,000. This one is right around $56,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. I do like the two-tone, even though I'm not a big off-white kind of interior guy. Now, you do have soft touch material up top. You have that dark wood finish. Nice open pore wood, and we have the premium Mark Levinson sound system with those very Art Deco style speaker grill covers. The two-tone does add some nice color. No gloss black around the switchgear. You got that little silver button to pop open the door. Door pocket is a little tight, so maybe just keep it at 2 cheeseburgers, a small fry, and a Coke to wash it down. Now going from the door panel to the dash, soft touch material, but you got the two-tone. This is where some people would say that Lexus has gone backwards when it comes to luxury. Let me know how you feel about the materials in here. Slide on in. You're going to be greeted to a massive 14-inch infotainment system screen. I do like the way it's that Toyota/Lexus multimedia software. Very intuitive. What I don't like is that the seat controls for heated and ventilated, you have to touch the screen. But you do have actual knobs for the dual climate, and you could just tap. You can drag the blower fan, but you could just tap it, which I actually prefer. I like to just tap it. Give it a little tap. Now I'm gonna throw it into reverse. Backup camera, very clear. Nice trajectory, 360. And then we're right back where we started. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Oh, one other thing I want to show you is that when you go into your car, you hit your little icon, it actually shows the power flow. So you can see the electric motors the lithium-ion battery pack, all those goodies. Really cool to see that when you drive down the road, it actually shows you how it's working. So that's another little nice touch of behind the scenes. Working our way down, you got your AC vents, nice soft touch material here. Our drive modes, which I'll show you that when you come to the business end. You got a place where you could put 2 packs of candy cigarettes, USB-C, USB-A, wireless charging. This is your electric shifter for the direct drive transmission. 2 cup holders. And then you got the soft touch on the armrest. What I love about the armrest is I could open it up my way or I could open it up your way. Look how nice that space is in there. Easily put, I would say, 11, maybe even 12 Rubik's Cubes or 2 Magic 8 Balls. Remember, if you have important questions in life, like whether you should get married, whether you should have a child, whether you should quit your job, the best thing to do, don't use logic, don't use reasoning, don't use common sense. Grab yourself the Magic 8 Ball, shake it, and whatever it says, that's what you need to do. That's how I started Rady's Rides. Seats, you got that leather style material, nice bolstering. It is electric assist, of course, for the passenger, electric assist for the driver, and then we have that nice panoramic sunroof with the power shade, very fast opening. I do like the way it does that very, very quickly. And then you do have your digital rearview mirror. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel in this Lexus. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 3 memory seat settings. I do like the aluminum Lexus sill plate. Of course, you got your easy to get to seat controls. Seats are very comfy. This soft text material is very, very comfortable. And for a compact, it's actually quite spacious. CX-50, I feel, has a little bit more room. Steering wheel, I do like the leather around the wheel. I wish that they would put some nice contrast stitching. And the horn button is a little sad for a luxury vehicle. But I do like the flat gray on the switch gear. You got paddles to go through simulated gears because we have that direct drive transmission. It is a power tilting and telescoping wheel. And then you have your digital gauge cluster, which when you go into your different modes, actually changes, which is nice. So you could actually change it up very easily. And it allows you to go into your different modes, whether you want to do sport, whether you want to do normal or eco, whatever you want. Plus you have a head-up display. Really nice to have that control over your driving experience. But let's get in the back seat and see if your passengers are going to like this, or are they going to be happier if you bought the Mazda. All right, guys, back seat time. And the great news is, even though there's a lithium-ion battery pack back here, there's a pretty decent amount of room. CX-50 does offer a little more room. Just saying. You got large pockets. You could put 2 New York style bagels in here, make it a nice little schmear of cream cheese. And then you have a little command center. I like the AC vents. 3 stages of heated seats. This should have ventilated seats back here as a luxury trim. USB-Cs, 2 of them, and a 12 volt, which is really nice. Close all that up. Seats are comfortable. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room back here. And then flip this bad boy down. Semi-soft with 2 cup holders. Let's go ahead though, let's get in the cargo area because I want to take you for a spin in this Lexus. All right, guys, time to get in the cargo area. X marks the spot. Do it the old-fashioned way, hit the button. Nice electric assist. You're going to be greeted to about 26 cubic feet of space. Not bad considering there is a lithium-ion battery pack on board of this thing. Then you're looking at folding down the rear seat, 46.9 cubic feet of space. It is a 60-40 split. You do have your cargo net, but it's not for a box of Twinkies. It's for your Lexus. First aid kit, in case you get a paper cut. They have Band-Aids in there with the Lexus badge on them. What I do like is, check this out. Underneath you have storage. You could fill this up for your family road trip since you won't be stopping at gas stations very much. Fill this up with 24 Chipotle burritos. Get extra guac. Go all in. And here's a little fun tip. And this is something from me to you that I want to bring. If you ask for double rice, when they're asking you, do you want white rice? Do you want brown rice? Do you want rice at all? Ask for double rice. It doesn't cost you a dime to get the extra rice and makes it for a meatier, beefier burrito. But why don't we go ahead? I'm starting to get hungry. Let's go cruise over to Chipotle. Even though guac costs extra, I'm gonna take care of you and we're gonna see how this Nori Green Lexus does.
All right, guys, we're behind the wheel of this 2025 Lexus NX350h. It may sound silly to compare it to a Mazda, but like I said, Mazda's been elevating their interiors, and for some people, they feel that Lexus has been going the other direction. Let me know how you feel about that. We're gonna go on throttle. That's Steven behind us. We'll hold him up. On throttle, here we go. So all-wheel drive, getting the power to the ground, very smooth with that direct drive transmission. Of course, we just got people doing their thing. But I want to get you out on the highway because I think a lot of people are going to do their business trips. Maybe you got a family road trip you're doing, and this is really where the NX excels because the suspension is tuned so nicely. Sound deadening material is great. It is one of those vehicles that really likes to go the distance. And you're not going to be stopping as much for fuel because of the better efficiency. Very easy to read the dash. You do have the large 10-inch head-up display. But it's the seats that make it so nice to experience. Getting to the large infotainment system, well within reach. And just really, like I said, an environment where it is very, very comfortable. I do prefer the hybrid system in the NX over the CX50 hybrid. It's just a better hybrid system. It makes sense because Toyota's been doing it for decades with this vehicle. Decades. Well, not just this vehicle, but of course the Prius. But what's great about the NX is that it's a good size where it's very easy to navigate, like changing lanes in traffic, being around other vehicles. You know your dimensions very well because you got good visual reference points, good visibility out the windshield. You got your digital rearview mirror that takes care of everything else. Your side mirrors are great. Of course, you got the Lexus safety technology. Just really, really smooth. Where the NX falls short is that in any kind of twisty road driving. There's a lot of body roll, a lot of wallow to the body, and it doesn't feel very confidence inspiring. But if you don't plan on doing any kind of twisty bit driving, and you don't have a lot of twisty bits in your neck of the woods, this thing is perfect for the straight and narrow. But I just love the way that everything is well organized in here for the driver. You got that nice panoramic sunroof. But like I said, turns is not what this thing does best. In the handling department, at least. On throttle, here we go. I wish that it had, when you were on throttle, it had simulated shifting so that you don't get that constant drone. That to me is a little bit of a headache. But other than that, going down the road feels fantastic in this NX. Especially the seats. The seats, they cradle you very, very nicely. But I'm hoping that this has been a good, quick overall review of what the NX350h is bringing. We're going to get back to where it all started and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a nanosecond. All right, guys, another great day in so many ways. Definitely got to thank everybody over at Lexus for allowing us to have access to this Presley vehicle. Let me know what you think. It's your turn in the comment section. Are you willing to spend the cash and get the Lexus, the NX350h? Or are you thinking that you want to give the Mazda CX-50 hybrid a shot? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raise Red family. Need to give it up to Stephen Flood. He's the man with the plan. His friends call him Tripod. One of these days, you got to ask him. If you see him, ask him why they call him Tripod. But thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.